All right, One Pride Nation. 24 hours since the Detroit Lions attempted to ruin Christmas by losing to the Minnesota Vikings 23 to 10. So, let's talk about the defense because that was certainly the better half of the Detroit Lions yesterday. It was a Lions defense that I wouldn't say turned a corner by any means, but they did what they were supposed to do against a fairly banged up Minnesota offense. They allowed Brosmer to only go 9 for 16 for 51 yards, but also sacked him 6 times for negative 48 yards. Tyleek getting his first NFL sack, Anzalone getting in there, Hutch with 2, and Al-Quadin with 2. The front seven did what you would want the front seven to do in the pass rush, and it worked. And even in the rushing game, though the final stats don't look great, because Jordan Addison broke off that 65-yard run. Other than that run, they held them to 93 yards on 27 attempts. And that 65-yard run was kind of a backbreaker. But what did we see on that 65-yard run? We saw newly acquired safety Jalen Mills coming up and filling in correctly instead of setting an edge and basically taking Amik, who was trailing Addison, out of the play. Once again, secondary and run fit killed us on a play, just like we saw last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, why was Jalen Mills in the game? Because in this game, we lost both Anzalone and Thomas Harper to concussions. Because why not? The hits just keep on coming. But the defense eventually relented, not only because of the war of attrition in the secondary, but because of the fact that the Minnesota Vikings just kept getting short fields. The turnovers killed us, and our defense just couldn't hold serve for the entire game. They couldn't even get any turnovers, which is kind of the worst point. Now, luckily for Brosmer, our secondary is where we were the weakest, so in his 16 passing attempts, none of them were intercepted. And Minnesota's 13 points off of turnovers turn out to be the difference in this game. So tell me, Lions fans, as we head into the final week of the season and then the offseason, what are your thoughts on the defense? Do you think that Kelvin Sheppard is doing the right things, taking the right steps, earning himself a second year? Or are you concerned about the scheme itself? Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in this long week in the comments below.